This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Thursday, the 1st day of February in the year 2024. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting. Now here's what we're tracking tonight. Vice President Barra Jagdeo is urging the nation's teachers to ignore the call by their union to go on strike from Monday, claiming that the planned strike action is political. The Guyana Teachers Union has called a nationwide strike from Monday over the government's failure to address the multi-year agreement proposed by the union. The agreement was forwarded to the government for its consideration since 2020, but there has been no movement in the negotiations. At a press conference today, Mr. Jagdeo rubbished the GTU's concerns as unreal and said teachers have been put in a better position over the last 3 years, and therefore the strike cannot be justified.
This is a political strike. This is that they want to call, because the grievance is there. We are not real, and we all constantly have to engage the teachers. We're investing more and more in education and training and teachers' improvement.
The Vice President also took aim at the GTU General Secretary Coretta MacDonald, saying that she's trying to mislead the teachers for her own political agenda. MacDonald is a member of Parliament for the opposition APNU-AFC. She has been the General Secretary of the GTU for several years, and she led teachers in strike action under the APNU-AFC government in 2018. Back then, when Jagdeo was in the opposition, he supported the GTU and the strike by the teachers. Today, Mr. Jagdeo said, while the GTU continues to make unreasonable proposals, the government has been engaging teachers directly to address their concerns. He said graduate teachers have seen increases in their salaries and other benefits.
There's 27 things that were done to improve the conditions of teachers in this country. When the president met, just recently, I sat in with the president at those meetings when we were calculating this stuff. The president approved this 4,000 graduate teachers will move to the top of the scale now. That's recently. That will cost us $1 billion more. That's apart from the 6.5% that they got.
The Vice President also said teachers can also now have access to higher education free of cost through the Guyana Online Academy of Learning and receive increments on their salaries as well. Since 2020, the Guyana Teachers Union has been pushing for an across-the-board increase in salaries as part of a multi-year agreement. The union has proposed a 25% increase for 2019 and 20% each for 2020, 2021 and 2022, as well as 2023. But instead, it was met with imposed salary increases and non-salary benefits for some teachers. More news coming up in just a moment.
My lord, I just love to shop in this store. My customers, them gonna love all these things. So many different things in one place. Household items, electronics, toys, stationery, confectionery, exercise equipment, shoes and clothes for men, women and children, school things, costume, jewelry, perfume, makeup. Oh, look, the makeup!
Giftland Office Max, Guyana's favorite department store.
On Thursday, February 22nd, we're heading to the biggest wet fed of MASH, Splash-O-Mani 2024 at the Guyana National Stadium. Nuff Water, Pulse, Nuff Soca. The night before the holiday, Soca star Problem Child. Ola Tunji. Washamani, the official wet fed of MASH 2024. Problem Child, Olatunji, and more to be added. Come, let's soak you down in water and soca. Early bird tickets $3,000. Brought to you by Hits and Jams Entertainment.
It's one of your biggest goals, getting your own home, where memories are made, where happiness lives. You may feel that home ownership or renovation is beyond your reach, but we at Republic want you to know that there's always a way. Ask us about our suite of mortgages. Let's help make your housing wishes come true. Or advise on how the equity in your existing home can finance other dreams and goals. Call or go online to learn more.
Bust the flavors. We're full of flavors. Bust the flavors, that me crave for. We're full of flavors. Tell your neighbors about the bust the flavors. Grab a bust the flavors. Yeah, thirst buster. Grab a buster. Bust the flavor, taste the savor. Bust the flavors. Bust the flavors.
In a campaign-style visit to the East Coast Demerara community of Victoria last evening, President Irfan Ali told residents that he is serious about addressing their concerns and looking into the problems plaguing their community. Victoria is the first village to be bought by freed African slaves and is predominantly an Afro-Guyanese community. During the outdoor meeting under the night sky, residents complained about several issues, ranging from the deplorable state of the roads and bridges in the community to the need for unemployment among youths in the village to be addressed.
As I would say, from a child growing up, it is the first, sorry to use this word, PPP president has paid Victoria such a visit. So we are glad, we are thankful, and we are happy. And we do hope that as you come and as you just said, this is the first village that were being bought by ex-slave. That is to show our people have something in us. And so we do hope and pray that you pay good attention to us, full attention.
If you look around here, you will see a lot of youths. Unemployment rate is very high in this community. Okay? And I would like to see a learning center being put up in this community so our youths can be trained, right? We have capable persons within this community, from electrician, I am a certified electrician, we have plumbers, and we have other contractors in all areas. So we would like our youths to be trained, right, so that they can be employed, because skill is wealth, and we know that Guyana is on the move, and we like our youth to be inclined in that direction.
President Ali, in response, said he agrees that ways must be found to empower more young people to get qualified for jobs.
We have to find ways in which we empower young people to get jobs. That is why we're saying we have to look to the future. That is why we want to invest in making them entrepreneurs, getting them involved in agribusiness, the beekeeping. If we have 15 of them who are interested in beekeeping, we're going to train them. We're going to give them the capital to get 5 hives each so that they can start to build a business on their own. That is what we're doing. We will give them an opportunity in agriculture. We want, if you have young people now, 40 of them now, who want to be employed in the construction sector, give us their names. Because every single day, contractors are looking for people. Every single day, one of the complaints we have is that we're not getting workers. Give us the names. Look, I give a national appeal. Any single person who is an engineer who wants a job and can't get a job, let them submit their name to the government. To date, we have not received a single name.
With regard to the infrastructure needs of the Victoria community, the president said works will begin on a number of roads and bridges in the area soon. With a works ministry engineer at his side, he highlighted the number of roads in the communities that are slated to be built and repaired, explaining that the projects are already catered for in this year's budget. The president said he intends to move around the country to other communities to hear and act on the complaints from the citizens directly. The government has rolled out a $1.1 trillion budget that caters heavily for infrastructure works across the country. Well, Minister of Education Priya Manik Chand and former local government minister Nigel Daramalal got involved in a heated social media spat this morning over their performance in office and the execution of government projects under their watch. The two former cabinet colleagues went at each other with accusations of underperformance in office while trading blame for the state of the portfolios they managed. Daramalal was forced to resign from office last year after explosive sexual assault allegations involving a schoolgirl surfaced on social media. Though he was investigated, he was never charged with any crime after the schoolgirl withdrew her accusations. The fallout between Daramalal and Manik Chand was reportedly triggered by a response Manik Chand made on a Facebook post yesterday as to whether the former minister Nigel Daramalal would be among the persons to be banned from going to schools without authorization from the Education Ministry. The person asking the question made reference to the rape allegations that were leveled against Daramalal last year. In response, the Education Minister simply said yes. This morning, after Manik Chand made a Facebook post about the construction of a bridge in the community of Jawala in Upper Mazaruni, which is now assisting school children, Daramalal reposted the photographs of the bridge and said a certain minister, referring to Manik Chand, was trying to take credit for construction of the bridge. He said the construction of the bridge was as a result of a visit to the community in 2019 by himself, the current Amerindian Affairs Minister Pauline Sukai, and the then presidential candidate, now President Irfan Ali. Daramalal also made reference to another government project that was recently highlighted by the Education Minister, which he claimed was as a result of a promise by the Vice President. Minister Manik Chand, in a comment on the Daramalal's post, said those who are capable of understanding would know that her reference to "we" in her post about the bridge was a clear reference to the government of Guyana. She said he can continue to make posts as if people are still paying attention to him. Daramalal shot back and told the Education Minister that people have been paying attention to him, and that is the reason why he knows the education sector is in disarray, telling Manik Chand that she prefers to blame everyone else except her failures. He said it is the president who is the driving force behind the improvements to the education sector, and not the Education Minister, Priya Manik Chand. Manik Chand returned fire and told Daramalal that if he were interested in the president's well-being, he would have behaved very differently in office. She reminded him that the management and repairs of regional schools and dorms were under the direct purview of the local government ministry that he was in charge of while he was in government. The Education Minister has been pointing out repeatedly in response to various social media posts that many of the issues at government schools as it relates to the maintenance of those schools are directly related to the local government ministry. Daramalal was the Minister of Local Government when fire was set to the Mahdia school dorm, resulting in the deaths of 20 children. While Daramalal was forced out of government over the sexual assault allegations, he has remained prominently active on social media, lashing out daily at critics of the government. In recent days, he has surfaced during the president's visits to some communities.
Twice the fun, twice the thrill. On your next trip with Copa Airlines, stop over in Panama and enjoy 2 vacations in one at no additional airfare. Because to live life at its fullest, first you have to stop. So next time you fly Copa Airlines, stop over in Panama at no additional airfare.
Stop the finest in the country, both ceramic and porcelain, tiles and chandeliers you'll see while you shop around stress-free. Train stop at warming halls, make your shopping smooth and calm, providing you with quality to match your style that's so unique.
Look at the breathtaking beauty of the Essequibo. From its pristine rivers to its abundant resources, it's a treasure that belongs to Guyana, and we ask Venezuela to respect the rule of international law.
Our commitment to this land is not just about ownership. It's about preserving its beauty and resources for our people and future generations.
The controversy between Guyana and Venezuela was settled internationally as full, perfect, and final in 1899. Essequibo belongs to Guyana.
East Bank and West Bank Demerara residents who are likely to be relocated to make way for the construction of that new Demerara bridge can be assured that they will be paid the market value for their properties by the government. The assurance came from Public Works Minister Juan Edgell on Wednesday night as he was grilled during the consideration of the budget estimates and the sums set aside to address that issue. More than 40 property owners are to be relocated for the bridge's construction. Appearing before the Parliamentary Committee of Supply, Minister Edgell explained that while many of those to be relocated have agreed to the terms of the relocation, the cost for their properties has ballooned in recent time. He said the government will be moving ahead with the project and will honor the market prices for the properties.
And most of the residents have agreed when they were engaged by the Ministry of Housing. 40 persons identified that they will accept lands, commercial property elsewhere. And we now have a situation where the prices that were agreed then has since escalated. And I think the distinguished gentleman asking the question is fully aware of that, because he has provided some of the documents with that new price, with his signature. But monies have been provided in this year's budget for the relocation of those residents. And since some of them might be listening, I want to say quite emphatically, the government of Guyana will uphold the law. If there is compulsory acquisition of a property for the public good, which will be done under the signature of the Minister of Public Works, we will obey the Constitution, which says you must pay market value. And we will pay market value like we would have done to every other property owner for every project that we have had to engage in the acquisition of property.
The Public Works Minister said the Attorney General's chambers is already meeting with the residents to be relocated and is in the process of drafting agreements with them for the acquisition of their properties. Minister Edgell repeatedly made it clear that the government will follow the law and obey the Constitution as it relates to acquiring the properties to push ahead with the bridge construction works. The new Demerara Bridge will connect Nandi Park on the east bank of Demerara to the Grange on the west bank. Structural works for the bridge are already underway. The 4-lane high-span bridge with a projected lifespan of 100 years is expected to be completed by the end of this year. Recently appointed Minister of Local Government and Regional Development Sonia Parag today declined to provide critical financial details on a number of markets currently under construction when she appeared before the Parliamentary Committee of Supply. As the committee continued its consideration of the $1.1 trillion budget proposed by the government, Opposition Member of Parliament Ganesh Mahipal sought to grill the minister on the $23.4 billion budgeted for the Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development. Part of that sum includes $13.4 billion for a community infrastructure improvement project, which in part covers the construction and/or rehabilitation of 6 markets: Charity, Sadi, Lenora, Haidruni, Monripo, and the Kamaka markets. MP Mahipal sought from the minister a disaggregation of the $13.4 billion so as to reflect the sums allocated to each of the markets. But Minister Parag, while dodging many of the questions posed by MP Mahipal, disclosed during the initial stages that the cost of rehabilitative works at the Kamaka market.
One of the ministry's functions is to ensure that we do have functioning and well-established markets, and it is a feature that is so not only common but beneficial to the communities, especially like we live in Guyana, that we will work towards rehabilitating. And so yes, we have placed sums in here for the rehabilitation of the markets. For example, rehabilitation of stalls at Kumaka Market, Mabruma, we have placed a sum of $50 million.
As he repeatedly pressed the local government minister for answers, MP Mahipal told the committee that while he appreciated the sum provided for the works to be done at the Kamaka market, the minister had not provided the disaggregated sums for the other market.
Sir, I will make one more try with your blessing, sir. What is the figure that is associated with the renovation and development of Charity Market, Sadi Market, Leonora Market, Haidroni Market, and Monripo Market? We already have from her $50 million for Kumaka. Just tell us the figure for the other markets.
But the minister continued to dodge the question. MP Mahipal persisted, telling the committee that it was important to have accountability and transparency in the utilization of taxpayers' money.
What we're doing is building markets. If you go to Parika, you will see that there's a structure that is going up that was not there. So you're building with frames, you're building with steels and putting over sheds, and you're constructing. The same happened at Monripo. They're building there's a capital project, a new thing going down. Before you do that, sir, you must have had a design. You must have had an engineering estimate. I'm assuming that this went to through the procurement process in terms of advertising and people bidding, contractors bidding, and they were allocated the work at a sum of money.
It was that persistence that led the minister to disclose that $191.2 million will be spent on the market at Charity. The cost for the other 4 markets remain unknown. Searching for more answers, MP Mahipal turned his attention to the market at Parika, pointing out that though financial provisions were made for the market in 2021, 2022, and 2023, there was no such provision for the market this year, although, according to him, it remains incomplete. On that note, the minister assured that the market will be completed. The U.S. Southern Command's Air Force Commander Major General Evan Pettus is on a 3-day visit to Guyana to further discuss U.S. defense partnership with Guyana, the U.S. Embassy announced today. In a statement, the embassy explained that as the Air Force component to the U.S. Southern Command, the unit conducts security operations and cooperation and provides airspace and cyberspace capabilities throughout Latin America and the Caribbean. It also supports the U.S. Southern Command to deter aggression, defeat threats, rapidly respond to crisis, and work with allies and partner nations to build regional capacity to ensure a secure, free, and prosperous Western Hemisphere. The U.S. Embassy said that during the visit, Major General Pettus is scheduled to meet with senior leaders in the government of Guyana, the Guyana Defense Force, and officials at the U.S. Embassy here in Georgetown. He will also discuss plans on air domain awareness and collaborate on advancing Guyana's airspace awareness capacity to protect its national security and sovereignty, the embassy noted. The embassy said that Major General Pettus' visit to Guyana is his first overseas visit for 2024, and that signifies the importance of the bilateral security partnership as the GDF continues to expand its aviation capabilities. Major General Pettis' visit to Guyana underscores the continued importance and strong commitment the U.S. places on the U.S.-Guyana bilateral security partnership in support of regional security, the embassy stated. The U.S. Embassy said the U.S. will continue to work closely with its allies around the world to strengthen alliances and partnerships by improving interoperability, deepening information sharing, and planning and conducting complex joint and combined exercises.
Are you looking to start or advance your career with one or more of our world-class associate, bachelor, or master's degrees in 14 specializations from the comfort of your home worldwide? Then look no further than the University of Excellence Management in Business, UEMB. We are affordable, accessible, flexible, multi-world class, internationally accredited and locally recognized by NAC Guyana as a tertiary degree granting college. For more details on our no strings attached 60% scholarship and our payment plan, please call 225-1395, 225-1397-9, 681-3434 or 618-3434. Visit our administrative office in the Critchlow Labour College front building, Wolford Avenue, Georgetown, Guyana. Progressing to a degree is as easy as ABC with UEMB. Deal with the best and forget the rest.
Imported frozen meat and food products, fresh produce and pet supplies, freshly made bread. Rotisserie chicken and patties are also available daily. Shop in comfort today at Foodmax and let our courteous staff assist you in satisfying your shopping needs. Foodmax, the fresh food specialist.
It's one of your biggest goals, getting your own home, where memories are made, where happiness lives. You may feel that home ownership or renovation is beyond your reach, but we at Republic want you to know that there's always a way. Ask us about our suite of mortgages. Let's help make your housing wishes come true, or advise on how the equity in your existing home can finance other dreams and goals. Call or go online to learn more.
Look who's in the mix now. The new Buster Soda Water. 0 calories, 0 sugar, 0 artificial flavors. 100% refreshing. Taste Buster Soda Water today. Buster Soda Water. Now available for only $120.
With your regional and international news tonight, I'm Svetlana Marshall in the region. Frustrated Mexico City residents have been protesting weeks of water shortages, with officials warning of unprecedented low levels in a main system that supplies millions of people, according to Reuters. The bustling metro area of 21 million people, one of Latin America's largest cities, is struggling after years of low rainfall blamed on climate change, as well as chaotic urban growth and outdated infrastructure. In a community just outside the Mexican capital, protesters forced open the gates of an office of Mexico's National Water Commission, breaking windows and ripping shingles off the roof, local media reported. A Kenyan opposition leader, according to the BBC, has accused President William Ruto of planning to defy a court ruling against the deployment of police to Haiti. The opposition leader, who last week successfully challenged the planned deployment in court, said the president can only deploy the military and not the police. The court said the mission was illegal. Mr. Ruto said on Tuesday the mission could go ahead as soon as next week if all the paperwork was done to satisfy the demands of the court. Last November, the Kenyan Parliament ratified the deployment of 1,000 officers to lead a multinational force in Haiti, where gangs are attempting to expand their territorial control. But last week, a judge said Kenya's National Security Council, which is led by the president, does not have the authority to deploy regular police outside the country. It added that the council can only deploy military and not police for peacekeeping missions such as Haiti. And finally tonight, international news. All 27 EU leaders have agreed to a €50 billion aid package for Ukraine after Hungary had previously blocked the deal. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky welcomed the new funding, saying it would strengthen the country's economic and financial stability. Ukraine's economic ministry said it expects the first tranche of funds in March. There had been fears Hungary's PM would again block the package, as he did at a European summit in December. The package will help to pay pensions, salaries and other costs over the next 4 years. It comes as US military aid for Ukraine, the largest provider of military support for Kiev, is being held up by Congress. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Svetlana Marshall reporting and encouraging you to stay safe.